This short video focuses on how to use the empathy set of cards to give and get empathy by demonstrating an understanding of our own and other people's feelings and needs. There are 4 recommended ways of using the cards. The first and primary way you use them is on your own. You identify your feelings and needs, essentially a form of self-empathy. The second, also on your own, allows you to identify the feelings and needs of another person, classic empathy for another. The third envisions using the cards together with another person with whom you would like to address a challenge. The fourth involves using the cards together with a group of people where the goal is to give one or all of the group members some empathy. Self-empathy. The primary way you use the cards is to discover what you are feeling and needing about any situation, event, or relationship. First, identify and reflect upon the situation, event, or relationship you'd like to focus on. Working with the feeling cards first, your goal is to eliminate all the cards that clearly do not apply to you, your clear no's. If in doubt as to whether a card applies or not, leave it in. There are 2 ways you can do this. Either spread all the cards out in front of you and remove all the cards that do not apply, the clear no's. Or deal the cards to yourself one by one and put the cards that are a clear no to one side. That leaves you with a stack of cards that have some potential application. Cluster similar ones together in a manner that makes sense to you. Then see if you can identify the top 7 cards that apply. You can even take it a further step and from the top 7, identify the top 3. Once you've done this for the feeling cards, turn to the needs and follow the same process as for the feelings. First, discard all the clear no's. Do this by either spreading them all out or dealing them one by one to yourself. Then cluster similar needs together. Then choose your top 7 and, if possible, your top 3. There is no magic in the numbers 3 or 7, so if you end up with more or less, don't worry, it's all good. Empathy for others. In addition to using the cards to identify what you are feeling and needing, you can use the cards to sense what the other person involved in your situation, event, or relationship is feeling and needing. By following the same steps that have just been described, but now with a focus on putting yourself in the shoes of the other person, imagine what they felt and what they need in respect of the same situation, event, or relationship. This positions you to be empathic. Again, we follow the process that we used for ourselves. We first eliminate all the feelings that do not apply to the other person, remembering that when in doubt, you should leave it in. From those remaining, identify the top 7 feelings that you sense the other person is experiencing, then their top 3. Second, we follow the same steps for needs. When we acknowledge another person's feelings and needs, we give them empathy. Addressing a challenge together. The third way you can use the cards is to structure a challenging conversation to find mutually acceptable solutions. First, take turns to share your perspective about the challenge without interruptions. Consider using a talking stick to ensure balance. Once you have both expressed yourself and feel understood, work together to identify your top 3 feelings and needs. Share a word or 2 to explain your choice. Then use the problem-solving 2-step to brainstorm solutions that meet both of your needs. Group empathy. When your family, work team, or any social group you belong to is experiencing a challenging situation, event, or relationship, it helps to give one another empathy. This is especially helpful when there's some mild tension that needs clearing. It works best in smaller groups, say 3 to 12. In advance of the person speaking, divide the feeling cards among the listeners. The person speaking has no cards. The speaker shares for 2 to 3 minutes how they've been impacted by the relevant situation, event, or relationship. When the person is speaking, the others are listening for feelings that match with the cards in their hand. Then they reveal the cards that they believe are a match to the speaker's feelings. The listener may say a word or 2 as they put each card down. You seemed excited when you joined the team and surprised there was a conflict. After all group members have placed the feeling cards that may be a match down, the speaker reviews all the cards and selects the top 7 feeling cards that resonate with how they are actually feeling. Then repeat the same process with the needs cards. So at the end of each person's sharing, they should have identified their top 7 feelings and needs. Ideally, everyone should have a chance to be a speaker and to identify their top 7 feelings and needs, following the same process. You are not limited to these 4 ways. When it comes to using the cards, creativity is your friend. The more you use the cards, the more your emotional intelligence and capacity to be empathic will grow. Please join our community on Facebook and share your experience. Additional resources will be posted from time to time. That's facebook.com/empathy set. A set of instructions are included with any purchase and is available for download at www.empathyset.com.